The top stories tonight in Y News. The Muntinlupa Regional Trial Court has yet to decide on the petition for bail by former Senator Laila de Lima.
The National Police Commission confirms filing of cases against 4 senior officials of the Philippine National Police for their alleged involvement in illegal drugs.
Several senators expressed dismay over the absence of some members of the cabinet during a Senate panel's inquiry onto the alleged government-sponsored sugar smuggling.
And Russia intensifies attacks in hopes of capturing key Ukrainian city Bakhmut as Moscow's Victory Day nears.
Good evening, Philippines and the world. Today is Monday, the 8th of May, 2023. Join us in the next hour as we deliver today's top stories around the Philippines and in other parts of the world. I am William Theo.
There are 35 satellite monitoring centers nationwide and via live streaming worldwide through the UNTV News and Rescue social media channels. I am Hardy Delgado.
First in the news. The Muntinlupa Regional Trial Court has yet to decide on the petition for bail by former Senator Laila de Lima. Dante Amento tells us why.
Attorney Bonita Cardon, legal counsel of former Senator Laila de Lima, disclosed that there were minor discrepancies in the evidence presented by the prosecution. This is over the illegal drug case of de Lima pending at the Muntinlupa Regional Trial Court or RTC Branch 256. Hence, the court has not yet made a decision on the petition for bail filed by de Lima. The court will first resolve the formal offer of evidence presented by the prosecution.
Hindi na muna nakapaglabas ng ruling ang hukuman tungkol sa petition for bail ni Senator Laila. Inayos lang namin yung konting mga discrepancies sa naging formal offer of evidence ng prosecution dahil inamin naman ng prosecution na sila ay nagkamali sa pagmamark ng ilang ebidensya at hindi naman yun sinadya. Nakita naman namin sa transcript na talagang meron lang konting discrepancies.
Meanwhile, de Lima's camp remains optimistic that the court will decide in favor of the former legislator. On Friday, May 12, the Muntinlupa RTC will promulgate its judgment on another illegal drug case against de Lima at Branch 204.
Hihintayin nating ma-resolve ng hukuman yung aming application for bail. Kapag ito ay na-resolve, assuming na-resolve in favor of Senator Laila, saka lang siya pwede natin masabi na lalaya na siya.
Dante Amento, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
The Department of Agriculture now includes the use of biofertilizer to the rice production program of the country. But a group fears that the program might be abused and may result to a scam. Ray Pelayo will tell us why.
Biofertilizer helps improve soil conditions, according to the Department of Agriculture or DA. It is also cheaper compared to inorganic fertilizers. These factors prompted the DA to include the distribution of biofertilizer to farmers in their rice production program.
But in terms of effectivity or effectiveness, tingin ko mas maganda yung paggamit ng biofertilizer because it does not only fix nitrogen, kundi ito ay eco-friendly.
However, the Samaang Industriya ng Agrikultura or SINAG noticed the prices of fertilizers stated in the Memorandum Order number 32 of the Department of Agriculture. The DA claims that the government can save half of the price of urea compared to biofertilizer. SINAG's Chairman Rosendo So said that the prices of fertilizers have now decreased.
Kasi ang presyo nga ng biofertilizers, isang hektarya, cost na sa 500 pesos lang. Ito is 2,000 pesos ang sinasabi. So, around 3 to 4 times yung presyo. So, malaking mawawala sa government yung pera kung ito ang scheme ang gagamitin na in which overpriced ng 300 to 400 times.
Yung sinasabi na scam, baka naman iniisip nila na i-fix natin yung presyo na 2,000, which is not correct. Ang basehan rin yung kung ano yung actual na presyo ng
The Federation of Free Farmers supports the use of alternative fertilizers, especially considering the unstable prices of inorganic fertilizers abroad. However, there should be an information campaign for farmers and certification from credible agencies like PhilRice. The group's chairman, Leonardo Montemayor, suggested that it would be better to test the use of biofertilizer in a small area before implementing it nationwide.
As of now kasi, ang pagkaalam ko, ang budget na nakalaan ngayon para dito sa biofertilizer ay 1 bilyong piso. It will involve tens of thousands of hectares in terms of the coverage. At kung halimbawa hindi maganda yung ginamit na biofertilizer, kawawa po yung ating mga magsasaka at masasayang din lang yung pondo ng gobyerno.
Ray Pilayo, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
Several senators expressed dismay over the absence of some members of the cabinet during a Senate panel's inquiry on the alleged government-sponsored sugar smuggling. Arlene Delgado will tell us why.
This committee hearing is hereby postponed until further notice.
For the second time, the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee postponed its hearing on the so-called Sugar Fiasco 2.0, involving another controversy on sugar importation. This as several cabinet members that were invited were unable to attend the hearing. The panel launched its inquiry on the reported entry of sugar shipments at the port of Batangas from Thailand last February 9, ahead of the Sugar Order No. 6, which authorized the importation of 440,000 metric tons of sugar. Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin, who was physically present, explained that the invited cabinet officials are on official missions overseas. He said National Economic and Development Authority, or NEDA Secretary Arsenio Balisacan, is in Vancouver, Canada until May 11, while Trade Secretary Alfredo Pascual is in Indonesia to attend a ministerial-level conference and the ASEAN Summit also until May 11. Additionally, Agriculture Undersecretary Domingo Panganiban is in Washington, D.C. in the United States until May 13. However, the panel's chairperson, Senator Francis Tolentino, maintained their presence is crucial in the proceedings.
All of these three, Your Honor, would have come here if the schedule were different. But it happens that their trips coincided with our meeting today.
Hindi po natin mahalukay po yung ilalaman nito kung wala po yung mga nabanggit ko. So, they are vital to the investigation that this committee will be undertaking. Kaya, mahihirapan po siguro tayong tumuloy kung wala sila.
Senate Deputy Minority Leader Risa Hontiveros, who brought the issue to light, also expressed her disappointment with Panganiban's absence. In February, Panganiban admitted that he acted in haste by ordering 3 companies to import sugar in an attempt to reduce prices in the market.
Gusto ko sanang matanong si Yusek Panganiban, saan sila humuhugot ng tapang? Sino ang nagbibigay ng go signal? May mga mataas na opisyal ba na dapat managot dito? O may nagbibida-bida lang at gumawa ng sariling desisyon?
Bersamin vowed that the officials will attend the next hearing and he himself will not shy away from the proceedings. Tolentino also sought help for resigned Sugar Regulatory Administration Chief David Thaddeus Alba to attend the next hearing. This as the senator noted that he received a letter from Alba extending his apologies as he is currently in Australia until June for personal reasons. The Senate Blue Ribbon panel has yet to confirm the rescheduled date for the Sugar Fiasco 2.0 probe. Arlene Delgado, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God. A lawmaker wants the Senate to look into the use of artificial intelligence, or AI, and its possible impact to the country's workforce. Senator Amy Marcos filed a resolution calling for an inquiry on the possible job losses brought about by the emergence of AI in workplaces, particularly in the business process outsourcing and manufacturing industries. Marcos warns that AI is developing faster than most people can comprehend and that it is threatening to take away jobs and suppress employment growth. The senator also cited the alarming prediction that at least 1.1 million jobs in the Philippines will disappear by 2028, based on a study by Oxford Economics and U.S.-based digital technology company Cisco. The presidential sister calls for both chambers of Congress to come up with a critical goal to formulate regulatory measure before AI's widespread adoption in businesses.
And for news abroad, many criticized the arrests during King Charles III's coronation this weekend. The arrests were labeled as alarming by many. From London, United Kingdom, here's Anna Lima to tell us the details live. Yes, Anna, go ahead.
Marielle, 64 individuals were arrested during the King's coronation protests, where they were apprehended for various reasons, including disruption, breach of peace, and affray, which caused public concern. Among those detained was Graham Smith, the leader of an anti-monarchy group called Republic. He was arrested early on Saturday morning. Other demonstrators were heard chanting phrases such as "Down with the crown," "Don't talk to the police," and "Not my king." While many claimed that their protests were peaceful, the police had received information that a women's campaign group was planning to use rape alarms to startle military horses, posing a significant risk to the safety of the public and the riders. Due to recent legislative changes, it is now illegal to prepare for lock-on situations. Consequently, law enforcement confiscated lock-on devices that protesters used to hinder their removal from the protest site. Members of Parliament and human rights organizations have criticized the decisions made by the police. Karen Findley, the commander at the Metropolitan Police, responded that the police had to make tough choices as the coronation was a once-in-a-generation event. She emphasized that it was their duty to intervene when protests turn criminal and may cause significant disruption. Although other protests took place in Cardiff, Glasgow, and Edinburgh, no arrests were reported. Back to you, Marielle.
Thank you, Anna Lima, reporting live from London, United Kingdom. We'll share more global stories with you later, but for now, back to you, Harleen.
Thank you, Marielle. For those watching our live streaming on YouTube, please click the subscribe button you see on your screen and ring the bell for notification. You may also follow us on Facebook. The police officers assigned to the anti-illegal drug units of the Philippine National Police, or PNP, will undergo a thorough investigation. This is the new directive of PNP Chief Police General Benjamin Acorda Jr. to ensure that the police are not involved in the illegal drug trade. According to PNP spokesperson Police Colonel Jean Fajardo, they will scrutinize the integrity and records of the police officers. Fajardo further stated that the field commanders will have to sign documents proving that they conducted a rigorous background check on the police officers. This action follows the controversy surrounding the seizure of 990 kilograms of shabu in Manila, which was found to be owned by police officer Master Sergeant Rodolfo Maya Jr.
Yung official communication po natin, hindi basta magiging verbal lang po yung kanilang report. Yun po ay i-reduce into writing yung kanilang proper conduct po ng background investigation para to make sure po na kapag ka nagkaroon po ng problema later on ay babalikan po natin itong mga isinabmit po nilang mga background investigation, and we will hold them accountable kung bakit may mga nakalusot na mga information and kung mga information linking them to illegal drugs.
The National Police NAPOLCOM Chairman Benhur Abalos says that the 4 officials consisting of 2 generals and 2 colonels were recommended by the 5-man advisory group to accept their resignation and file charges against them. Secretary Abalos also noted that President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has already declared his acceptance of the courtesy resignation of the 2 generals.
The advisory group recommended the following. Number 1, non-acceptance of the resignations of 917 officers. Number 2, further investigation of 32 other officers. And number 3, acceptance of the courtesy resignations and filing of administrative and or criminal cases against 4, inuulit ko 4, specifically 2 generals and 2 colonels.
Secretary Abalos adds that on April 24, former PNP Chief Police General Rodolfo Azurin Jr. filed cases of grave misconduct and grave neglect of duty against the 2 generals. It can be recalled that on January 4, 2023, Secretary Abalos called for the courtesy resignation of 953 third-level officers of the PNP to cleanse the organization's ranks from the illegal drug trade.
The unemployment rate in the country decreased to 4.7%, according to the latest labor force data from the Philippine Statistics Authority. Meanwhile, the employment rate increased to 1.61 million from March 2022 to March 2023. Bernadette Pinoy will tell us why.
The Philippine Statistics Authority announced that the unemployment rate in the country dropped to 4.7%. This is 58,000 lower than the 2.47 million unemployed last February. According to PSA National Statistician Undersecretary Dennis Mapa, the employment rate for the month of March rose to 95.3%. This is slightly higher than the reported employment rate last February at 95.2% and significantly higher than the same month last year. PSA reports that 1.61 million Filipinos have been employed over a period of 1 year.
Ang 1.61 million increases, ang substantial dito, 1 million, ay galing sa yung classification natin na wages and salaried workers, which is good. 1 million yon out of 1.6 million. Unfortunately, mayroon din ditong dagdag ng mga 424,000 na kinoconsider natin sila na unpaid family workers.
PSA then showed the top 5 industries with the highest year-on-year increase in the number of employed last March, which include transportation and storage, accommodation and food service activities, wholesale and retail trade, and construction. Mapa added that men have a higher labor force participation rate at 95.7% compared to the 94.6% participation rate for women.
Nitong Marso 2023, ang employment rate ng mga kalalakihan ay naitala sa 95.7% at makikitang mas mataas kaysa sa naitalang employment rate ng mga kababaihan na nasa 94.6%.
Meanwhile, the average weekly hours worked by an employed person in March was 40.0 hours per week, which is higher than the 39.5 hours worked last February. Bernadette Pinoy, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
Even though the World Health Organization has lifted the global health emergency status of COVID-19, health experts say that the pandemic is not yet over. Janice Inhente will tell us why.
Health experts reminded Filipinos that the coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19 has not ended yet and people must continue to protect themselves. Infectious disease expert Dr. Edsel Salvania clarified that the declaration of the World Health Organization or WHO that COVID-19 is no longer a global health emergency does not mean that the pandemic is over.
dapat iintindihin natin yung COVID nandyan pa. Hindi pa naman siya nawawala. At pwede pa rin tumaas yung mga kaso from time to time. Kung iisipin mo, hindi nila sinasabing tapos na ang pandemya. Nandyan pa yan. Pero natuto na tayong mabuhay ng malaya.
Salvania explained that the WHO's declaration only means that the world has a better understanding of how to control the spread of COVID-19. He added that the impact of the pandemic can now be predicted.
Ang nangyari kasi, di ba, ang dineclare nila na hindi yung pandemya. Ang sinabi nila, yung emergency phase, kumbaga. Kasi emergency phase, ibig sabihin, yun nga, meron tayo mga extraordinary measures, katulad na yan nung mga ginawa natin lockdowns dati at mga restriction. Pero ngayon, dahil sa malawakang pagbabakuna at kapag yung paggamit natin ng mga mask, nasanay na tayo, meron na tayong mga gamot na gumagana para gamitin ang mga taong may malubhang COVID.
Meanwhile, the Octa Research Group also reminded the public that COVID-19 is here to stay and may experience periodic surges.
It should not change that much. Ibig sabihin, the virus is still here and we should manage it the way we've been managing it over the past year. Yes, we know na cases are rising. Hospitals will not be full. So, hindi naman natin papahintuin yung ating economy. We won't even bring back mask mandates. But we will still monitor it and advise the public with tumataas cases.
On the latest projection from Octa, the COVID-19 positivity rate in the country may increase by 25% before the end of May. Janice Enhente, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
The Land Transportation Office and the Department of Information and Communications Technology will launch a super app for digital driver's license amid shortage of plastic cards. JP Nunez will tell us why.
As part of the government's effort to digitalize the services of agencies, the Land Transportation Office or LTO has partnered with the Department of Information and Communications Technology or DICT to launch a digital version of the driver's license. According to the LTO, the DICT has developed a super app that will feature the electronic version of the driver's license, serving as an alternative to the physical driver's license. LTO Chief Assistant Secretary J.R. Tugade stated that the digital version of the driver's license can also be used during apprehension, equivalent to presenting an actual driver's license. With this project, the LTO aims to provide options for motorists aside from the traditional paper-based driver's license, which has faced shortages due to a lack of plastic cards. ASEC Tugade assures that the security features present on the physical driver's license will also be incorporated in the digital version, in addition to the security measures implemented in the super app. Meanwhile, motorists are in favor of the digital version of the driver's license.
Mas okay yun kasi pag nakalimutan yung card na license, pagdala mo yung cellphone, mas mapapadali yung dun sa transaksyon ng enforcer. Minsan nakakalimutan yung lisensya.
Hindi ako kabado pagkasakaling ganun na naiwanan ko yung license. Dahil sa apps na yun na pwede pala sa cellphone lang, ipakita mo lang. Sa pag may mahuli ka, pwede, mas maganda.
Mas okay siguro yun. Kasi wala ka na ng buwan. Diba, mahuli o doon na lang sa cellphone.
JP Nunez, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
As Victory Day nears, one of Russia's most commemorated public holidays, which marks the anniversary of its victory over Nazi Germany, Ukraine is working to strengthen its defense to prevent the capture of Bakhmut. Marvi Delfin will tell us the details live. Yes, Marvi, good evening.
Good evening, Marielle.
Russia has started to use more advanced equipment and has increased the intensity of shelling on the besieged city of Bakhmut in the Donetsk province, according to Colonel General Alexander Skirsky. In a Telegram post, the Ukrainian commander highlights the important task their ground forces now have to allow for Ukraine's counter-offensive preparations. Skirsky also pointed out that Wagner chief Yevgeny Prigozhin appeared to backtrack on their plans of withdrawing from Bakhmut. Mariel, Russia has so far annexed 4 provinces but has managed to control only half of it. Bakhmut currently offers the only approach for Russia to take the remaining half and then the bigger Ukrainian areas. Meanwhile, Ukraine has requested for more military aid from the West, which allies from the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, have responded to by stating that they are trying to broaden their coalition by calling on cooperation from the Indo-Pacific region. Mariel? Thank you, Marva Delfin, for that live report. Meanwhile, in Canada, the province of Alberta has been alerted to get ready and evacuate their homes after wildfires spread across, with a third of the 110 known fires labeled as out of control. The Premier of the province, Daniel Smith, announced that Alberta was declared in a state of emergency, having the unprecedented crisis ignited by recent hot and dry weather and burning more than 301,000 acres of land. Over 25,000 people have now fled their homes, and at least 20 communities have been evacuated, with nearly the whole province as well as surrounding provinces facing extreme fire risks. The neighboring province, Ottawa, according to Bill Blair, the federal emergency preparedness minister, if requested, they are prepared to give necessary federal assistance. And those are the reasons behind the news in other parts of the globe. I am Maria Latoza, reporting live from Perth, Australia. Good evening.
Authorities have rescued over 1,000 human or labor trafficking victims in a scam operating in Clark, Pampanga. 129 of them are Filipinos. Meanwhile, the others are nationals from China, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Malaysia, Myanmar, Nepal, Taiwan, Thailand, and Vietnam. The Department of Justice, or DOJ, said the victims were recruited to pretend as call center agents to encourage customers in the United States, Canada, and Europe to invent in the cryptocurrency. Over 10 alleged traffickers were arrested and subjected to inquest proceedings for serious illegal detention or kidnapping, violation of the immigration laws, and human trafficking.
The Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, will submit samples of the questioned Ocean's Best Tuna to the Food and Drug Administration to determine whether the canned tuna is safe for consumption of DSWD beneficiaries. This action follows complaints received ranging from allegations of unacceptable and unusual taste. The DSWD's fact-finding board met with the 2 suppliers of Ocean's Best Tuna, which is one of the food items in the agency's family food packs. The suppliers were informed that the DSWD would write a letter to the FDA and send them samples of the canned tuna flakes taken from the pre-positioned family food packs in Calapan City and 3 other municipalities. The DSWD stated that the FDA test would also determine if the expiration dates stamped on the cans correspond to the state and quality of the tuna flakes inside. If the FDA test results are adverse to Ocean's Best Tuna, the department will demand a full replacement of such products, and the suppliers may face sanctions and could be blacklisted from the list of accredited suppliers.
Fishermen in Oriental Mindoro can now go back to fishing as their lives have been affected due to the oil spill more than 2 months since the MT Princess Empress sank in the vicinity of the waters of Nahuan. According to Governor Humerlito Dolor, the fishing ban has been lifted in the following towns: Bongabong, Rojas, Mansalay, Bulalakaw, Puerto Galera, Baco, and San Teodoro. This decision is based on the recommendation of different agencies and the results of the most recent water and fish sample analysis conducted by the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, or BFAR, and DENR. The fishing ban will remain in effect for the following areas: Calapan City, Nauhan, Pola, Pinamalayan, Gloria, and Bansud. This is due to the risk of contamination from traces of oil that have yet to be removed from the area. Fishermen from the towns of Bansud, Gloria, Pinamalayan, and Pola can fish in the seas of Bongabong, Rojas, Mansalay, and Bulalakaw. The distribution of gas subsidies continues for the fishermen, with a total number of 13,701 registered and unregistered boat owners.
Ngunit ang pwede lang pong hulihin ay isda. Hindi pa rin po pwedeng hulihin ang mga shellfish at crustaceans. Lilinawin ko, isda lang po ang pwedeng hulihin dahil ito pa lang ang napatunayang ligtas.
The long wait is over because the successful Wish Day concert series entitled Twilight, which ended at Phil Sports Arena last April 9, can now be watched at SMX Convention Center in Davao City on May 19. The unique concert experience combines live music performances from top-notch OPM acts and short films of the movie star and award-winning actress Mary Joy Apostol, actress and TV host Ira Mariano, and versatile actor TJ Marquez. According to Arnold Sanchez, director of KDR Music House, they have a surprise prepared for the upcoming provincial tour.
So far, kung ano man yung ginawa natin ng mga sorpresa at ginawa natin sa Manila, ganun din naman yung gagawin natin doon. May mga gagawin lang tayo ng mga enhancements siguro on part ng production, kung ano yung available na magagawa natin with, sa province.
Also look forward for live performances by Diamond Soul Siren Nina, pop balladeer Raymond Lancianco, and many others.
Ako po si Ira Mariano at iniimbitahan ko po kayo sa Wish Day Twilight. Yan, meron po tayong short film at live performances po galing po sa ating mga OPM artists. Sana po ay suportahan nyo.
Next Wish Day Twilight Provincial Tour will happen at Bacolod City, SMX Convention Center on May 26, 2023, and at Limcat Kai Center in Cagayan de Oro City on June 18, 2023.
Our kasangbahay, as the world faces these trying times amid the pandemic caused by coronavirus, we are inviting everyone to join the global prayer for humanity.
Good day. I'm Brother Eli Soriano of the members of the Church of God International. I want to invite you to join us in a minute of prayer every day to pray for humanity and the whole world as we go through these perilous times. While safety measures like washing of hands and strengthening of our immune systems may help us through this horrible predicament, there is still no precaution or cure more powerful than God's mighty intervention. And we need His intervention now more than ever. It doesn't matter what religion you are in or what denomination you belong. This is an invitation for all the people around the world who cares for the future of their family, friends, loved ones, and humanity as a whole. Everybody is welcome to pray with us. For more details, you can check out the description box below. Thank you very much, and I hope to hear from you soon. May God bless you.
Before we close, we will leave you with a word, giving glory to God. From the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 103, it says, "How sweet are thy words unto my taste, yeah, sweeter than honey to my mouth." And those are the reasons behind the news, May 8, 2023. Reasons we deliver to you as they unfold. I am Hardy Delgado.
And because we need to know, we will always ask why. I am William Theo. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
Hindi po natin mahalukay po yung ilan naman ito kung wala po yung mga nabanggit ko. So they are vital to the investigation that this committee will be undertaking. Kaya mahihirapan po siguro tayong tumuloy kung wala sila.
Gusto ko sanang matanong si Yusek Panganiban, saan sila humuhugot ng tapang? Sino ang nagbibigay ng go signal? May mga mataas na opisyal ba na dapat managot dito? O may nagbibida-bida lang at gumawa ng sariling desisyon?
Hihintayin nating ma-resolve ng hukuman yung aming application for bail. Kapag ito ay na-resolve, assuming na-resolve in favor of Senator Laila, saka lang siya pwede natin masabi na lalaya na siya.
Dapat iintindihin natin yung COVID nandyan pa, hindi pa naman siya nawawala. At pwede pa rin tumaas yung mga kaso from time to time. Kung iisipin mo, hindi nila sinasabing tapos na ang pandemya, hindi nila sinasabing tapos na ang COVID. Nandyan pa yan. Pero natuto na tayong mabuhay ng malaya.
It should not change that much. Ibig sabihin, the virus is still here, and we should manage it the way we've been managing it over the past year. Yes, we know na cases are rising. Hospitals will not be full, so hindi naman natin papahintuin yung ating economy. We won't even bring back mass mandates, but we will still monitor it and advise the public pag tumataas yung cases.